President Zeigler Auto Group, Aaron Zeigler. Aaron, welcome to the show.
Sam, great to be with you today. Thanks for having me.
We're live here from our training room here at Orland Park BMW. Aaron, you're here to talk about a specific thing, and you often talk about how it's not enough to be successful in life. Tell our CDG audience more about what you mean by that.
When you're successful in life, I think you have a duty to give back and make the world a better place. And if everybody does that, we're going to leave the world so much better than what we found it. And there's
Yeah.
a lot of successful people out there, but to be truly successful, you've got to do something with that success or with that platform. And my dad started an event a long time ago called Drive for Life. And it's become one of the biggest charity events in the country of its kind.
Yeah, that's awesome. So that's the reason why we're here today is to talk about the charity event that started, by the way, for over 40 years ago. It was a $2 ticket. 100% of the proceeds back in that day, 40 years ago, went to charity. And you're continuing that tradition today. 100% of those charity dollars go directly to the charities they benefit. You're bearing all the cost of the event, all the admin, everything that goes along with the event. But you had this event touched you personally this year.
Yeah, one of our big benefactors is the American Cancer Society. And there's nothing worse in this world than getting a call from a loved one. And the three worst words in the English dictionary is, I have cancer.
Mm.
And that happened to me this year. And boy, it doesn't matter at that point what's going on in your life. Doesn't matter how successful you are, what fun stuff you got going on. Everything stops and you 100% focus on that. Now, they've made tremendous advancements in the last 25, 30 years in cancer, but we've still got a long ways to go. And that's where we come into play. So I always say, the life you save may be your own, and that couldn't be true with our family when it hit us. Now, we had a great outcome, Sam, in that the person is now cancer free. But 30 years ago, it wouldn't have been that outcome. But the advances that they've made in cancer made it a great outcome for us. And we got to continue to do that going forward and continue to make advancements to keep people living longer, keep them healthier, and enjoying their lives.
Yeah, that is cool. American Cancer Society benefits. There's another charity actually called First Day Shoe Fund as an example that also benefits. So no one wants to get the call you got. That turned out positively. And truly, some of the funds that went into the research and the development and the protection from charities like this helped your situation. There are also other charities. First Day Shoe Fund puts shoes on kids in schools that may not have a good pair of shoes. Everybody needs a good pair of shoes.
Yeah, it's one of those things that a lot of us take for granted. And you go into these inner city schools, and something as simple as having a good pair of shoes, these kids don't have. So we adopt a number of different inner city schools, and then we buy them all shoes so that they have a good pair of shoes that they can go out and do activities with and gym class and all that type of stuff.
So the event is coming up in Kalamazoo, Michigan at the Radisson Plaza Hotel, September 25th. We have a QR code. You can scan the QR code. You can go there, and there are two things you can do. Number one, you can buy a ticket, or as a sponsor, we would put the call out to each one of our vendors and partners. If you're not part of this event, become part of it this year. You can click on the QR code, you can submit your information, and we'll reach out to you with sponsorship information and with ticket information. And Aaron, it's true that if there's one event that's important to the Zeigler Auto Group, that's important to the Zeigler family, that's important to you for the past 40 years, it's this one event. It's the one thing we ask our partners and our vendors to get involved and get engaged in.
Yeah, it's a part of our culture, Sam, and it's a part of what we do in our everyday lives. And it's something that our entire organizations come out for, and other friends and other organizations come out and vendors come out for. And the event's a lot of fun that night. And we have two really incredible speakers that are going to be here this year. The first one's name's Pat Ferschweiler. It's probably not a household name, but Pat is the head hockey coach at Western Michigan University, and he just won the national championship this year with no nil money. He might be the last guy ever to win a national championship without no money.
Wow.
And then we have NASCAR Rookie of the Year, Carson Hocevar, who's our NASCAR driver, is going to be there that night. We've got a lot of fun stuff going on that night. So we'd love to have everybody join us on September 25th in Kalamazoo. But if you can't, you hit the QSR code, and you can still help us to break our record and raise a lot of money this year.
All right. Well, you heard it here. President Zeigler Auto Group, Aaron Zeigler. Thanks for joining the show. Thanks for sharing with us and our audience across the car dealership guy, Daily Dealer Live, everything about the this charity event.